Before we get into the garbage, let me just address something really quick. I know a lot of you guys want me to talk about Tucker Carlson and Fox News. I briefly mentioned it yesterday in the video about Don Lemon. I spent some time last night researching it and spent another hour or so this morning trying to figure out what happened, what's going on here. To be honest with you, I don't know. I am more confused now than I was when I first heard about this yesterday morning. I like to stick to what I know. I don't like to comment on things where I don't have a full grasp on what's going on. I don't have a full grasp on the story. Don Lemon was a little bit different. I have been covering Don Lemon for years. For the last 6, 8, maybe 12 months, we have been talking about Donnie on a weekly basis. I was familiar with his situation. I have no idea what's going on with Tucker Carlson, and neither does anyone else for that matter. At this point, it's nothing but speculation. The most interesting thing I found was the released text between Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, and Laura Ingraham, where they're talking about Fox News hating all three of their primetime hosts. Now, I'm going to keep looking into it. Hopefully more information will be released. But right now, everyone is just guessing about it. And I do my best to stay away from speculation here on the channel. All right, let's go ahead and get into Melissa Vivian Jefferson. KC, who in the hell is that? Is she the daughter of George Jefferson? No. No. Sherman Hemsley would roll over in his grave if Jeff Vivian chose to identify as his daughter. Melissa Vivian Jefferson, she chooses to identify as the Lizzo. Now, to her credit, the Lizzo is a talented singer, very successful career. She sold millions of records. Popular singles like About Damn Time to Get the Treadmill. Another one of her hits was titled Lack of Tempo. She had a song with Cardi B called Rumors. It was a captivating song about the rumors of her breaking another forklift. Now, I am not too familiar with the music created by the Lizzo. It's nothing against her personally. I find most modern music to be absolute trash. I prefer listening to the real music that was made from the 1970s to the late 2000s. I would imagine most people over the age of 30 feel the same way and don't consider themselves fans of the Lizzo. Actually, I don't have to imagine that because that is actually the case. I pulled audience demographics for the Lizzo. To the surprise of no one, less than 5% of her fan base walked the streets with a grease propeller in their pants. Over 60% of her audience consists of young women between the ages of 17 and 24. Now, you may be wondering, why does that matter? Well, I am about to show you why it matters. Lizzo has a massive influence on the minds of young women. A couple of years ago, the hashtag DNA test was trending on social media. The hashtag was referencing a line from the Lizzo song Truth Hurts. The Lizzo, she participated in the trending hashtag by saying, I took a DNA test myself. Turns out I am 100% that bitch. Judging by what I just saw in this video, that number looks to be more like 300 instead of 100. Recently, the state of Tennessee passed legislation that banned adult cabaret from public places while also banning the exposure to minors. Translation, Tennessee banned drag shows. Now, you can still have drag shows in private clubs. The state of Tennessee, they didn't outlaw the Shag and Dragon. They just don't want children exposed to it, and they don't want drag shows in public places. Now, that sounds pretty reasonable, right? I mean, parents, they shouldn't be walking down Broadway Street in Nashville looking for a nice place to eat lunch with the family and having to worry about their kids seeing dong and thong. I think most normal people can agree with this. Not the Lizzo, though. No! We must fight against this tyranny. Chad Thundercock should be allowed to wear his bikini wherever he chooses. This is America, damn it! Last Friday night, the Lizzo had a concert in Nashville. Prior to the show, Lizzo contacted the Shag and Dragon, asking them to send their best performers. Since a sizable portion of her audience is under the age of 18, with another sizable portion choosing to identify as being under the age of 18, this drag performance made Lizzo a Grammy Award-winning criminal. At one point, the dancing queens decided to take a breather, allowing Lizzo to address the prepubescent crowd. Now, I'm going to play her comments. Then I'm going to show you the inspiring performance from the Lizzo and the Queens from the Shaggin' Dragon. Now, the sound is muted on the performance for copyright reasons, but watch it for yourself.
I was told by people on the internet, cancel your shows in Tennessee, don't go to Tennessee. But why would I not come to the people who need to hear this message the most? Why would I not create a safe space in Tennessee where we can celebrate drag entertainers and celebrate our differences and celebrate fat black women?
Oh, that was just so thoughtful. Let's create a safe space for drag performers. Oh, I love my safe space. I consume truckloads of Haagen-Dazs in my safe space. You know, if this audience was mostly adults and there was a surprise drag show, I wouldn't care. But like I said, adults are not listening to Lizzo. Her music is aimed at kids. More specifically, her music is targeting young women. The same young women this movement is trying to destroy. This isn't the only way Lizzo has a negative influence on young women. While I was researching this story, which by the way, shout out to my boy Connor for bringing this story to my attention. Anytime you guys come across something you want covered here on the channel, send me an email or shoot me a DM on Twitter. I can't get to all of it, but I do take all of your ideas into consideration. But anyway, while researching this story, I came across an interview with Lizzo. It was published yesterday by something called The Cut. Headline at The Cut, Lizzo, I am the beauty standard. What? I mean, I know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but what? Look, I am all about positive body image. I am all about self-esteem. If someone is struggling with their weight, they shouldn't be criticized for it. But when it comes to the Lizzo, I feel like some of the criticism is warranted because Lizzo, she is not struggling with her weight. She is promoting her weight as a positive. And if you're promoting something that's negative as a positive, you open yourself up to valid criticism. Lizzo can claim to be the beauty standard all she wants. You know what she's not? The health standard. It is not healthy to be overweight. Not only is it not healthy, it can end your life. 3 years ago, I had a friend I grew up with pass away at the age of 35. Now, according to the doctors, he was a victim of the COVID. You know why he was impacted by the COVID while all the COVID did was make me sleep for a week? He was enormous. He weighed 600 pounds. The Lizzo is fighting to change beauty standards, which is fine if they were healthy beauty standards. During this interview, the Lizzo supported legislation titled the Kids Online Safety Act. Oh, it's all about protecting the kids. This legislation, it is meant to limit kids' exposure to what they are calling toxic beauty standards on the internet. What is toxic beauty standards? Pamela Anderson on the cover of Playboy in the 1990s? Does that qualify as toxic beauty? Kate Upton posting bikini pictures to Instagram? Is that toxic beauty? Let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. The Lizzo has no problem with kids being exposed to drag shows. The Lizzo has no issue with King Kong flaunting his dong in a rainbow bikini, while 7-year-old Shanice watches in disbelief. But when it comes to teenage Tim, showing his friends pictures of sexy Kim, that is dangerous! That is toxic beauty! What the hell's going on here? Lizzo is worried about kids looking at natural, beautiful women, but she's not worried about kids looking at men pretending to be women. This is the woman young women are looking up to. This is the woman the mainstream media promotes as a role model for young women. Since when did it become popular to be so fat I can't even see your fucking eyes when you smile? What happened to encouraging kids to be healthy? What happened to encouraging kids to lose weight, stay active, get exercise? What happened to that? Better yet, where in the hell's Michelle Obama? I know she's still around. While I was drinking my coffee this morning, I pulled up Netflix. The headline video was Oprah interviewing Michelle Obama. So I know Michelle Obama's still in the mainstream. How come Michelle Obama isn't pushing back against this messaging from the Lizzo? Do you guys remember her biggest initiative as the First Lady? Do you guys remember the project Michelle Obama started? It was built around the health of children. If I remember correctly, the campaign was called Let's Move. Michelle Obama, she pushed for healthier lunch options at school. She encouraged kids to play sports. She pushed them to exercise. Now, whether or not you agree with her politically doesn't matter. At least Michelle Obama was trying to do something positive for America's youth. Fast forward 10 years later, we're encouraging kids to be fat and change genders. This legislation Lizzo is supporting, the Kids Online Safety Act, that is nothing but bullshit. You should not be relying on the federal government to protect your kids on social media. It's impossible for them to do it. If you're worried what your kids are seeing on social media, there is a simple solution to the problem. Keep them off social media. They don't belong on there anyway. This time last year, my girlfriend took her daughter off social media. All of it. No TikTok, no Twitter, no Facebook, no Instagram, no YouTube. Then there was some resistance. There was a lot of arguing about it for a little while. You know what her daughter did? She found other ways to entertain herself. You know what else happened? The kid did a complete 180. Once the influence of social media was removed, her entire mentality changed. She went from being negative all the time. She went from being a crusader for issues that she didn't understand and had no business talking about at her age. She went from all that to being a kid again. Imagine that. Playing video games, playing soccer, flag football, shopping. She's a happy kid. Social media was making her miserable. Hell, social media makes adults miserable. Just imagine what it does to kids who don't have the mental development to handle it. But anyway, give me your thoughts. Lizzo defies the law in Tennessee, flaunting drag queens on stage at her concert. Lizzo is promoting an unhealthy lifestyle to an audience filled with young women. 80% of my audience is over the age of 30. How many of you listen to Lizzo? If I had to guess, I would say less than 1%. But you tell me, sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.